So you wrote down your books and everything?
Taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
Ready. 10 cycles. 6. Mega. 45.
Throwing to start the drive. Martinez. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
Check, bounce. Here we go. Here we go. 60.
Throwing to start the drive. Samuels. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Alert! Ready!
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Samuels. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field of what was a fairly innocuous play call.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. At the 6-yard line.
Black 33, yellow. Black Ultra. Set.
Back to throw. Martinez. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Check smash. Check smash.
Looking to throw. Samuels. It's caught. Here's Langford. That one a first down pickup of
8. And the Vikings, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake. Samuels. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
The Vikings at 5-9 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And now an audible here into something else.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll run for it with Robinson. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
Hey, smash Bronco. Let's go. Hey, check that. Check. Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Off play action. Samuels. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rondé Gadsden from 10 yards out. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And the Bears first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Off the play fake, Martinez. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. Has it to Hyatt on the out route. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
These two teams all tied after one. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down coming up.
Ready.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Ready. Black 40. Red cycle. Set.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Ready, break.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
60 red.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. These guys running back out of the backfield. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Ready, ready. 6, mega. Needle blue. Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
33, yellow. Shot.
And now they'll shift things around.
Grill green. 10.
They'll look to throw again. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
What it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
50, green, black, red.
Back to throw again. That is caught. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
First down, Chicago.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Black, 95.
An inside run with Jenkins. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
16-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd
Check 2.
and 9.
Set, ready. 45, white. Hut.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Martinez. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Off play action. Samuels. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a first and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
It's a loss of a yard.
Operating from the gun. Samuels.
At the 17.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Samuels. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
He had a hat.
A 16-yard touchdown.
He came out with his jacket in his hand.
The Vikings have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Able to slither by. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
You talking to me? You talking to me? Oh.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Back to throw. Samuels. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Hey, smash Broncos!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Go,
Second and
check,
12.
Bobcat, check.
At the Bears' 23-yard line.
Check, Viking, 8-6.
Operating from the gun. Samuels. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Number 83, incomplete. Makes it third down and 12 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Cougar 19. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Looking to throw. Samuels. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
And they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Ready up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
On the double. Ready. Cut.
Operating from the gun, Martinez. Looking deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12.
Second and 12.
Off the play fake. Samuels. This complete to Langford. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Robinson up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 13. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Ready? 70 Lions. Ready?
Handoff now to Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
Off play action. Samuels. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. This is 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Samuels. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
We often give credit to the O-line. There, two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch. Definitely
worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path. A significant number.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Red, 38. 6, mega. White. Green Jack. Hut.
Looking to throw. Martinez. He'll try and do this himself. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Claude Ray. Set.
They'll try and throw for it here. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Check, hurt. Here we go, start.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Not liking the look, they'll change the play.
Right there, hurt.
Off the play fake. Samuels. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost that they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, said they believe in it. That's being tested right here. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 1.
The 45-yard line.
Off play action. Martinez. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on third and a yard.
That's good for our Bears. First down.
Black Ultra.
A gain of 3 on the play.
Blaster, 6.
First down, Bears.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On first down, here's Judkins. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Now he's going to step up and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Oh, partner,
corner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
38. Red, yellow, 6, mega. Claude red. 10.
Martinez from the gun on third down. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Samuels. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Minnesota. 48 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
Let's go now. No, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
This is bullshit.
Henry Toto there to bring him down defensively.
That's fucking bullshit.
3rd down and 12.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. First down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the first down, but you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there, kick it, put it through the post,
I don't
go
trust.
up
I
2
can get this
scores.
shit.
So on 4th down, out trots
Shit.
the kicker in a big
Really
spot
just
here.
coming in that well.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Green Steal. Black.
Now Martinez throwing to start the drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now they'll audible to something else.
First down, Chicago.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Blaster, 6. Rip, here we go, set. Yellow, black, ultra. Ready?
Looking to throw. Martinez. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. Down to the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. 2nd and 10.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Black shot. Needle blue.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is caught by McMillan. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Operating from the gun, Martinez. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
It's a gain of 2. And the Bears first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ready?
Off the play fake. Martinez. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Yeah, whack shit out of him.
Down under 2 minutes to go in
Bump.
this football game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Operating from the gun, Martinez. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been cut.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go. Start. Cowboy 80.
Robinson on a give right side.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. This 2nd and 4.
6 brings up 2nd and 4.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it'll be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. To throw is Martinez, throwing to start the drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Martinez. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Here's Martinez throwing on 4th down. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Burns. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Burns. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Yellow. Down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. This one is complete to Jenkins. Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw. Martinez. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.